Everyone, depending on where you are right now. It's just afternoon for me. We're going to do a little live AMA with DeFi Spammer, who is from 9to5. It's a new protocol launching, I believe, Monday. We'll start off. I like to just get right into it. I don't want to make these too long. I want to value your guys' time and give you hopefully a good roundabout look on what this is all about and go through some questions. If you guys have questions, don't forget to put them in the comments. I will get to them shortly. And other than that, obviously, my quick little like and subscribe and all that fun jazz, if you could, would be greatly appreciated. Other than that, if you want to just get us started, DeFi Spammer, with just a little intro on who you are, and hi, Aaron, and everybody else that joined us, Joe and Miguel. Let us know who you are, and then we'll get into a little bit of an overview of what the project is, and then break it down and go into some details from there. Oh, you got to unmute. Sorry. There you go.
Yo, buddy. Yeah. Thanks for
a little bit about you.
Yeah. Okay, so let me start up with myself. Yeah, myself, DeFi Spammer, and been around the space for a couple of years. And we are doing a great job over there with 9to5. And it's been more like an external revenue platform, which is the dream platform for many to build something like that with a diversification of funds. And you know me, most of them as a DeFi detective. I've been saving from many of the rugs and many of mischiefs around this space as well in the DeFi and the dApp space around. And been promoting and been an influencer for a long time. Worked with many people along with George Stamp and the Crypto Prime and many of the influencers around blockchain bend and many of them. So here I am there to promote and also give my honest answers to pocket assets regarding my platform 9to5, so that so if you permit we can start the session, buddy.
Sounds good. So it sounds like you've been in the space for a while. Obviously, we've just met recently, but I do appreciate you've been pretty honest and transparent with me. But other than that, from what I'm gathering there with George and a bunch of other people that I do know in the space, not personally yet, but that you have had a foothold as being a public person in the space, helping people by the sounds of it, which is great. So good to hear that. And thanks again to everybody joining. And so first off, I guess we can pull up the website because nobody needs to see my mug here 24/7 on here. And it is quite a nice website that we've started with, which is awesome. So the idea behind this one, from what you've just sort of alluded to, is that you're trying to create an investment portfolio for people per se, where people can put money in, and then in turn, you're going to make a diversified investment, which I think we can look at here slightly, where you're spreading these funds out. So I guess let's start, because again, I like to get right to the nitty gritty. For an overall kind of idea, let's maybe go through the investment strategy that you have here, which looks very diverse. And maybe if you want to start just giving us kind of a summary of that.
Yeah, sure. So basically 9to5 is a yield form type of ROI app between 0.5 to 2% daily. And I'm not saying this is an ROI app like a Ponzi scheme which gives over 3 to 5% or more than that. Okay, so will be like based on a profit generation. We will be adjusting the daily ROI and we will be giving it to the investors out here investing. So here there is no initial deposit return, and only there will be a 3 years of maximum income which will be paid out to the investors daily based on the dividends. So simply, as you guys know, this platform has been audited twice by Stamp and Crypto Prime, and along with that, we have run unit test, and also we have completed the non dots KYC and biometric scan to make sure that there won't be any lag. Because even though I am a well-known figure out here, I have to be secured on the investors fund. So we did it to ensure that safety of the investors priority as well. And along with that, we have made a multi-sig with George to ensure that every withdrawal from the contract to our revenue wallet will be approved by George Stamp, so that only we can able to move the funds out there. So there is no chance of any mischief out here happening, and no exploits, nothing can happen over there in security reason. Along with that, here as just said, I want to do like explain the revenue system out here. Basically, the revenue system of made of four: crypto trading, forex trading, and investment on staking pools and liquidity pools with good APR, and along with that protocol investment as well. So here I start with the forex trading. Forex trading, you guys know that it will be like between the 5 working days it will be working off. So here we got alpha traders, and we are talking with Greyman and other good traders around the space. And alpha trader is basically person who been working with us for a long time, and I have been invested personally with them, and I'm making a daily return of 1 to 1.5% daily, at worst case even 0.8 or 9. So they are doing a great job out on space for past month and year. And along with that, they use a proper broker like FE market and black market and everything. They will be like useful in terms of forex. And they are also KYC and trusted platform in Trustpilot as well. We cross checked, and those brokers, it's safe because we will manage, myself will manage the funds from my end, so there will be no chaos happening out there. And other than that, we, for plan B, we have the crypto channel 329. He is a
Before we
trader
go,
who had
sorry,
been.
DeFi, I
Yeah,
just want
buddy.
to apologize to interrupt. I just want to back up a little bit just to kind of summarize some things to make sure it's very clear what's going on. And so maybe we'll just go one by one. And just to go back a little bit further, if I understood correctly, there's a 300% max earning off this protocol. So if I put $100 in, I will max be able to take out $300. Is that correct?
Yes, buddy, it's
Okay, perfect.
absolutely correct.
But just to make sure everybody knows, and then from
Yeah.
there, the idea is you're earning between, and sorry, I might have missed the ranges, but between 0.5 and 1 point and 2%. Sorry, is that the range?
Yeah, buddy. It's 0.5 to 2%, but you can
Correct.
increase it 0.5 or 0.3% more, like a bonus, by doing compound and also by using a 50/50
Yep.
strategy, which
We'll
I
get
will
to
be
that.
explaining sooner.
Yeah, perfect. So we'll get to that. We'll show that later on. So just so everybody then is aware, so the nice thing is you can earn up to 3 times your money. So there is an incentive to keep putting more money in as time goes on to help earn as you max out, kind of thing, which is helps the protocol continue on. You've got a variable rate between 0.5 and sorry, 2% again.
2%.
Yeah,
Yeah,
which is
2%
also
based on
great
our
to
external
see.
revenue. Yeah.
Perfect, which is also great to see because you're going to vary that, and it sounds like from what you said as well, you're going to be implementing that rate daily based on what you're actually earning. So there's no
Yeah,
catch up time frame. It's all in real time. You're getting what you're actually building in the protocol. Is that correct?
absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely. Without any delay.
Okay, so that's a great thing. Is the website? Is it okay for me to share the website for people that want to look at this?
Yeah, please.
So right now it's not live, but people can look around. They're not able to play with the dApp, but they can get familiar with it. Is that correct?
Yes, buddy. It's not live. So the contract will begin by 8th May, 9 a.m. UTC. But here you can see the full website and everything, and also the details and what are the functions it has. Just
Perfect.
scroll up and go for the office section, so you can see
Yeah, perfect.
all the buddy app buttons, everything.
So yeah, so everything's there, and we'll go to the dApp in a second. I do want to get back to the revenue sources. I just wanted to, because you'd kind of fed a lot of information, so I like to kind of bite size it quickly for people so they're clear on what's going on. So we've got how the protocol kind of works, and then you've gone through Plan A, which, but if I understand correctly, we're talking Forex trading. So Plan A being the blue, so we got 30% of the funds going into Forex trading, which is a great little space. And you're saying you've earned worst case scenario, and this is 5 days a week, which we'll go into that detail as well. So between 0.8 and 2%, you can usually see on the Forex trading.
And I
Go ahead.
want to say something regarding this,
Yeah.
because as it is forex, so our platform also run on only on working days, not on Saturday and
Yeah.
Sunday, because it is 9 to 5. So here, what we generate is more suitable to forex as well. The reason for making it is a 9 to 5 and the office team is also between this, because we don't generate funds on Saturday and Sunday, which will be a setback, and we are doing real time adjustment on daily ROI as well. So it's important to maintain the daily ratio same as like forex to maintain the rapport.
And one thing I wanted to ask about that then actually is because there is going to be some revenue sources on the weekend, theoretically, then Monday could be a higher payout on average than the rest of the week potentially.
Yes, buddy. Unless because the law previous week there will be a compensation, right? Some other days between the Monday to Friday will be some other loss of daily ROI. Like for example, if Monday is 2% and Wednesday is 1.5% or 1% or below 0.8, we have to compensate and make sure that the people will be getting the weekly and monthly ROI at about at least the 30 to 45% range. So we will
Nice.
be adjusting it based on that. The calculation will be fed up every week, and every weekend we will be calculating what we are making and what we are doing and what we are compounding on the revenue, and what daily ROI we put on. It will be a
Okay, so
real
let me
time transparent one. Yeah.
perfect, and I like that, and let me just clarify again to make sure I'm understanding you correctly. So, daily, obviously, you're updating things based on what's coming in, and then again, on the weekend, you're sort of doing a summary, and let's say, for example, you overpaid by accident by whatever, 0.2%. Like, I can't see it being a large difference, but what you're saying is if you maybe overpaid people on Monday, you might have to lower it by a little bit based on what you earned on the weekend to compensate for that. So you're constantly rebalancing it to make sure that you're always giving the right amount of rewards out to the people that are invested. Is that what you meant by that?
Yes, buddy,
Okay,
absolutely.
awesome.
What we generate, we will be paying out. It's 100% sure.
Perfect. So you've got that kind of balancing effect. So you got your daily that's happening, and then you've got a weekly that, if you need to, you can compensate for a miscalculation or whatever. Because there's a lot of moving parts by the sounds of it that you have to manage. Okay. And
Exactly.
then lastly, just to finish off on the forex, and then we can move on to the next revenue stream. So you've got that as its
Crypto.
own separate pool that you're putting about 30% of the earned funds into, and then let us know what's Plan B then, or the next investment ones. We're looking at crypto trading, I guess now, correct?
Okay. Yeah. So crypto trading will be done on exchanges like Binance, Bybit, Bitget, etc. Along with the traders like Crypto Channel, and also guys know market makers, right?
Mhm.
So their signal will be adopted, as well as we are on talk with them for trading as well, and we have also got links with talking with some other special traders out here who are doing at least a ratio of 1 to 1.5% daily, because we have to maintain the repo daily, otherwise we can't able to pay investors. So we are diversified the funds on different traders to ensure that if even some trader had a bad day and he does only 0.8%, some other trader will boost it, so we can maintain the calculation and the repo to maintain sustainability of the daily ROI rate. So we does that here. So plan B is clear, buddy.
Okay, so Plan B, yeah, it sounds. So again, I'll just kind of recap. So Plan B, you've got several in or traders, like known traders in the business. I assume you'll have kind of a fee from what they're doing. So you've got that percentage going to that, but their end result should be that they should earn between that 0.5 and 1.5. And since you've diversified, even if there's a minor loss or a minor whatever on one person, it hopefully will get made up by the other person, and again, you're always in positive.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. With a
Um,
stop loss, and also there won't be major losses out here. And this won't be a manual trade. This will be using a bot strategy and well explained and well tested one. And there won't be any human error happening out here, and big trade losses as well. There will be 10% stop loss at every trade we do. And we use only low and medium risk strategy to ensure that the funds of the investors are 100% safe.
okay. And with those, I guess as well, for both the forex and the crypto trading, you've got them in exchanges, so there's some risk for that, but there's no risk of any of the traders stealing the money because they're just getting access through API or through MT4. So they have no access to the actual physical money. They're just dictating how the money is being invested. Correct?
Exactly, exactly. And for exchanges, they will be using only KYC and safe exchanges like Binance, Bybit, and Bitget. There is
Exactly.
no
Okay.
harm on doing that. And for Plan A, we use FP Market, Blackpool, and Linux. They are certified and US regulated companies, brokers. So there won't be any mischief or withdrawal block or anything on Forex side also. So both side 30% is 100% safe till now. And let's go for Plan C if you permit.
We'll go over there in just a second. There is a question, and I am not trying to pull out anything, but I just want to make sure that we
Sure,
take
man.
care of
Sure,
the
please
elephant in the
ask.
room. So somebody's just had what happened with Wolf Capital, because I do know, and I think other people noticed that the logo was up there for a period of time. It sounds like you've just decided to go with different traders as a whole. And if you were, for instance, going to have Trevor trade or whatever, it would just be a separate agreement, not away
Uh,
from Wolf Capital.
okay. Nothing much big, and Wolf Capital has been growing around, and we have been seeing good play by them. So here I want to say that we can't able to they or not they can't able to trade for us.
Yeah.
So they have suggested to directly invest into the protocol, like as an investor. So what made us feel like normal investors can able to invest on their platform, so there was no use of investing onto us, and we will be investing onto this. So that agreement was cancelled by both of them with happily, and they do have no problems between us. So it's something like agreement deal was just cancelled off,
Yeah.
so we are planned and moved out for other things,
And
just
to be
like that.
honest with you, I actually think that's a better move anyways. As much anybody that wants to invest with them could. So it seemed like a weird, not a weird, but it seemed like this might be the better play for you guys is to get some other traders who maybe want some exposure or whatever and kind of diversify in that instead of just being in the one. So
Yeah, these are
I don't think
two
that's a bad
biggest
thing.
traders. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
These are
No,
two
that's good.
biggest traders. No issues.
And any questions I don't get to right away, guys, I usually do star them, so I will go back to them if we feel if they add value in what we're going through. But I do want to continue on with the plans. So now we're heading off to Plan C. If you want to give us a little lowdown of that,
Yeah,
and Plan C, I guess,
yeah.
is staking and liquidity pools.
Hope you're happy with the answer to and Truong, who have been asking.
Yeah, no, I think so. And if they have any follow up, we'll obviously go back to them. But I think, like I said, I think it's the right move. They have their own protocol with their own trading strategy. If I want to get in with them, I'd go in directly. So I think it's great that you're kind of just having some trading happening on
Yeah.
your own. So yeah, but if anybody wants to follow up, don't hesitate to put a question in. So on to Plan C. So that's staking, I believe.
Yes, buddy, it's absolutely staking and the liquidity pools. And we have talked with the community members who are doing a good job, and they are getting zero point 0.5 to zero point 0.8 range of daily ROI, I mean daily percentage of returns from there. So the APR was good, and some APRs are so highly volatile, but it needs a detailed research. As you know, I am also an influencer for a longer time. I have a good contact with the people who have been investing in different tokens and different swaps and staking pools as well. So here we came up with Hedra, Saucer, Pancake Swap, and many other swaps and stuff like Moon Swap launched past week, I think so. So these guys are being linked with us. So every new token on new launchpad launching will be having a staking pool. We will be investing out there initially, and we will be making out the good returns out there. So we have a separate team to handle that, and they will be receiving fees from that for doing that as well. So this will be utilizing a medium risk strategy as well. Yeah.
Okay, neat. So if I heard that correctly, then you're actually going to be not just doing like the regular uh, cake liquidity pools where you're making 0.5% or whatever. You're actually going to be taking advantage of some of the launches and getting into newer ones, which sometimes have a nice pump. But I'm assuming then your team will be educated enough to pull out when needed to kind of get the best bang for your buck and create some positive revenue possibly for a day to bump the percentages up kind of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, buddy,
Yeah.
100%. And we have separate people, individuals to do everything. And I'm not the only person doing it. We have a
Yeah.
big team, big around, and you also one of them. You know that.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's perfect. And try, yeah, and some people are saying obviously speak a little slower. That's why I'm trying to do little wrap ups here because obviously I want to make sure everything's as clear as possible. So if I'm talking too fast too, I apologize because I do that. But we'll try and wrap things up as we go through between DeFi and Spammer and I as best as we can. Um, and then Plan B. So let's go through that, I guess, and then we'll move through the dApp a little bit.
Yeah, bro. So plan B is crypto trading, and plan C is something like a staking pool and liquidity pool, which will be investing and will be guarded by individuals who have been working around for a long time, and they are making money. And here, plan D is something like a protocol investment. Like for example, Fortune Hunters are coming with BOF, right? So it will be a new protocol which will be coming up. So we will be have something like a sideline talk with them, and if possible we will make something like agreement, if possible, just a word. And also you know that we will be having pre announcements and silent signals on some platforms launching or some other tokens coming up beforehand, before other investors or someone got into. So we will be investing on them and making a good return out of that using the plan D. Is the main important thing we out here. We will utilize our strategies, and we will utilize our power into that to make sure that our investors funds will be doubling and tripling, so that we can able to pay out the investors as well with the daily ROI, and will split it among these strategies. So these are the four main strategies out here, and diversifications, and each strategy have different teams, different people, and they are all KYC Most of them are well known, and most of them have been in the space and doing these specific jobs for a long time. So
Very cool.
well tested guys.
Okay, awesome. So that's a good, obviously a good diversified portfolio, ranging in risks. It sounds like Plan A and B is kind of your bread and butter for it in the most part, and C too actually. And I guess D is kind of your degen play to kind of maybe bolster the rate a little bit from time to time based on some good performance from those new protocols. Does that make sense?
Yes, buddy, absolutely.
Okay.
And as I've been in the space for a long time as an influencer, I know which project works and which project doesn't. So it is not a big deal for making me a good investment. And I also have a snipe bot, and also for even for investment into a dApp, and for claiming and for withdrawing and depositing, I have a bots and team working behind. So it's not a big deal to deal with this.
Nice. So you'd be working hard. Um, and sorry, just seeing some things. Unique
Just
selling.
get
Okay,
on
yeah,
to
and that's a good
office.
question. Okay, sorry, I realized what he was saying. So, unique selling points. There are many dApps now like this. What kind of makes you guys stand out? So, what do you feel? Because there are other dApps, it seems, that are trying to do this kind of diversified strategies. What makes yours more unique and more and more sustainable than maybe the next guy? I don't need you to compare specifics, but do you have things that not necessarily your secret sauce, but what makes you feel this is the better investment choice to others that are doing a similar thing? I don't know if anybody does it exactly like this that I've seen much of, but there definitely are some similarities. Do seem a little more diverse, but what do you think makes you more unique in the market?
Okay, absolutely. We can see that people who do, every projects and around us are doing a good trading bot and good revenue system in staking pools and everything. Here we have the diversification of funds into forex, crypto, staking pools, and also protocol investments and clear transparency. And we are not making like full amount of funds into something like a pools or something like trading bot or something. So here we are sure that even if one if plan A generates only 0.5 or 0.6 percentage on Monday, even in our launch day, we have the plan B and plan C, plan D to back up us. So that's the important key, diversification. And along with that, we don't have any pressure or any pinpoint like I should make 2% that day overall so that I should pay people. What we make the previous day, what for example, if I make 1.5% from Monday 9 a.m. UTC till next day 9 a.m. UTC, I will pay out on Tuesday that percentage what we make. So here we don't have any deadlines, any pressure out here. And this is the most important thing, guys. This is not a deck and play, this is a defi play which we are trying to make, which something sustainable with a reduced ponzinomics. Even if I publicly say that I am doing an external revenue, blah blah blah, it doesn't care, because we are doing an ROI app, but it's important that we are doing an external revenue which will back us and make people get what they pay.
Yeah.
They will, most of them will be getting payout, and the early investors won't only be paying. Here we have, even if you invest month back or 1 month or 2 months later, here we everyone will be getting paid. That's the most important thing. And we have solid marketing team backing us. They will be getting fees from the wallet, and we have been have auditors, Moon, blockchain, when Pocket Assist is one of the guy, and everyone, they will be supporting us to AMA and videos and Telegram push and everything, guys.
Yeah.
So here
Oh,
we have a team set.
yeah, and I do like this. And the thing is with the other ones, I don't know if they're some of them are not as transparent on how the breakdown goes, and some of them I think play off the book and stuff. So I like that you guys have a defined strategy, which is one unique thing to me because I think some of them are kind of wishy washy on what they're actually doing, and that's great. So and Davis just has so 2% from 9 to 5 as a point. What time? So the time zone is UTC, as you can see from the website, and it's paid out at the end of the day at 5 o'clock UTC. Correct? The 2%.
Okay, so I want to explain something more clearly
Sure.
to make doubt. There is no doubt on it. So simple is that 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. UTC every day, the yield will be start generating. For example, on Monday at launch day, I keep the daily ROI. I set the daily ROI at 2%. By end of the working day, I mean, by 5 p.m. UTC, you will be getting the 2% straight away into your current earnings. And second day, Tuesday, if I set the daily, adjust the daily ROI to 1.5%, your yield will be start generating from 9 a.m. UTC to 5 p.m. UTC, and your payout of second day, Tuesday, will be receiving you by Tuesday 5 p.m. UTC. So
Okay,
here
and if you
there
get
is
out,
not something like 8 hour ROI. It is something a daily ROI will be generated within the working hours, and you will get the wage daily by end of the working day. Simple as that. Could you guys get on to that?
yeah, no, that makes sense. So if I get in, let's say I get out in the middle of the day, I've only earned what I earned up until the end of day the day before. Is that correct?
On that accurate day. For example, if you enter on Tuesday 11 a.m. UTC, okay, for example, so you'll be getting the payout of that day
On my full
by
amount or
5
only
p.m.
for the
UTC.
hours that I was in?
Not like that. It is not a hourly based. It is a time day based. So what we generate, we will be paying off. That's it.
So theoretically, and I'm just asking for clarification because I know somebody will ask this. If I was to invest in the protocol at 4 o'clock UTC, am I getting a full two? Let's say it's 2% that day. Am I getting a full 2% at 5 o'clock?
Yeah, it's something
Okay.
like that. We have been working on.
Okay.
So that you will be getting by 5 p.m. UTC what we do. That day is the thing, like what to say, uh, on work, because you have been investing on that day, because we something like we will be making out the fund on previous day and then get out here through that fund only. So I have to be make sure that this works from the other end, so I can able to give you confirmation once again after the AMA on this one. But your ROI will be start generating next day for sure. That 1 hour space I need to confirm, because it is so quick, and our program is something not a normal contract. It is immutable and a new contract. So want to make sure on this spot. Mostly
Okay.
you will be getting the ROI. It's for
Okay.
sure, because on test I got it.
Perfect. And when and I guess is there any lockup? Like how does I guess we can go to the website or the office now to maybe go through some details here. So I'm assuming some of it's written in here, but if you want to tell us, so right here, obviously minimum 30 USDT, that's pretty visible. You obviously have to approve. So if I put 100, obviously it's not working right now, but I put 100, I approve it, then I hit deposit afterwards. Or if I hit deposit, does it do both?
Yeah, once again, I got a question out on the chat, like what time zone? It is UTC time zone, and claim daily. Yes, you can claim daily. You can withdraw after one
Oh yeah,
day.
sorry.
You
Yeah.
can compound after 2 days, and you can use work order after 4 days of accumulation. Okay, so
Okay.
here, as Pocket Assist set, we have the valid balance and everything set up on the screen, and you can see the totally invested and everything. So the minimum amount to be invested is in USDT, and it is 30 USDT minimum, and maximum of 100K can be invested per wallet at a time. Okay,
Okay.
so here you can deposit and withdraw. Once again, uh, first you have to approve and then deposit the stuff like that, and along with that, you can see the 1 day salary. So by 5 p.m. UTC you will be getting 1 day. Yeah, that is a calendar, man. You
Yeah, I
just
just saw
click on that.
that. I thought it'd be cool to
Yeah.
see that. Okay. And so this will show us the calendar there and the hours. Is this going to show returns as well on those days, or is there anything else half the calendar?
Just a calendar to make sure that you guys are what into, because it is UTC time and I am from different time zone as well. So in this website, the UTC time will be running up on a clock, and you can see the UTC calendar as well.
Okay,
What
perfect.
day we are in, what are the weekends as well, like that. Okay.
Okay, cool. And okay, so you make your deposit, it obviously shows up, and then your salary will be calculated here, and you can obviously withdraw anytime you want your earnings, and then compound or and what's so obviously right here is all the definitions. So if I withdraw, I transfer the USDC earned to my wallet. Compound obviously a redeposit, and the bonus here, by the looks of it, is I get an extra 0.5% on my earnings until my next claim if I do this compound. And then you get a smaller little bonus if you choose to do 50-50, which is the work harder, in order to kind of do a balanced approach, like what a lot of these dApps are doing, or a lot of these dApps are suggesting people do a 50% compound and a 50% withdrawal. So this is kind of neat that you have kind of a quality of life thing, I guess, here, where it's already built into your dApp as an option for people rather than them doing it manually.
Yes, buddy, absolutely. We did this because it is a best working strategy out on space of many dApp, and you can do withdraw after 1 day of accumulation. For example, you invest on Monday and you can withdraw by Tuesday your claim. Okay, and but for compound you have to wait for 2 days of accumulation, and by Wednesday only if you can do the compound, and you can get also 0.5 bonus. For example, if on Wednesday the daily ROI we set is 2%, you can get 2.5%. If you set 1%, you can get 1.5%. That's it. So a bonus plus your daily high or higher yield will increase, and you will get the 3x income for also your compounded amount. For example, if you invest $100 and you compound on Wednesday about $10, you will get the $10 also a 3x income. So you will get $30 at end of the investment protocol. So this
Okay,
is
so just
something like
to
that.
clarify that, so you're talking about that's that whole 300% earning. So if I compound some, I'll still be able to get my 3x on that compounded amount. So like you said, on
Absolutely,
100,
absolutely.
you get your $10. Now you can actually earn $330 as a whole, as opposed to just the 300 you were.
Yes, buddy.
Um,
Yes, buddy.
Okay. And that obviously does create so that creates some good investment opportunities, but obviously, in your opinion, because of the way you're earning funds and that there's no Ponzi-nomics to it, you feel the protocol can handle that. Is there any max, I guess, that you're allowing into the protocol, so that it's manageable for you guys, or do you feel with the diversified solutions you have that you can handle a fairly large amount of money? Like, do you see a point where you're going to go, okay, we're at 1 million or 2 million or 5 million? We got to kind of slow this down for now. Is there any plans or needs for that, or you're able to work that around with your investment strategies?
Yes. So we have run a test run along with that and unit test as well, as I clearly said. And here, as I said, we are on plan and we are on track to generate about 1 to 1.5% daily till now. At some days we have been to zero point 0.8 and some days at 2%. To be frank, this is our current calculation and current statistics what we done till now. And as you said, compound, and we will be getting more pressure into making more revenue. That's important, but at same time we will be getting more funds to do and more time to generate funds. It's important. And unless or until the investors do compound and use work order function other than choosing withdraw option, this contract will be running for a longer time and giving us a lot of time to generate funds. So the trustworthy of the investors is more important, and if they give time we will be generating funds, and we are not on deadline to generate anything hot, so there won't be any problems with it, buddy.
Okay. And again, and that's where I see the variable rate, like a lot. And so obviously Google PA, I see your questions there. And I do get your points, but at the same token, because there's a variable rate, I do feel that there's opportunity for them to, uh, obviously, if the funds start increasing in a drastic way, I think we'd see a small reduction in rewards where you'd have to put it down to that 0.5% a day for a little while you get the funds working as hard as you need them to. But because you have that flexibility, you should be able to weather a storm where you were having maybe a little too much growth, if I'm understanding correctly. Unlike a protocol that maybe has a set rate, where if they do get too large of an influx and aren't able to counter that with some pretty good rewards, they could start getting into a Ponzi situation for a short period of time if they don't fix that very quickly. Um, so yeah, I guess that's what I'm, if I'm making sense of that, it seems like you can handle those large increases and large decreases in your TVL because you have that flexibility of the rate and to lower it maybe when you're not generating it enough for a period of time. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, buddy. There is no deadline and no pressure on us because we will be adjusting daily ROI as well based on our revenue and what we get and what we pay. So there
Okay.
won't be any pressure or stuffs like that.
Okay, hopefully that answers your question, Google. And I like I said, there's no perfect system in this system yet. This whole DeFi space is somewhat of an experiment, but I do like the mechanics that you've put in place to try and protect everybody, including yourselves, as much as possible. So JA is just asking for any early adopters bonus. I didn't see anything, nor do I. Well, I guess other than, which I didn't scroll down here yet, other than a referral system, which I am not a huge fan of, but again, I think you had, if I remember correctly, on one of the AMAs I heard, it sounds like you have some ability to adjust that referral rewards as well in order to keep it sustainable, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Okay, so here I want to say like that. What to see? 1 second. Wait a minute. I'm getting a lot of questions from here. Okay, fine.
You don't read the questions. I'll pull them up as we need them.
Okay, buddy. So yearly adapter bonus is just there on a bonus stuff. So you can be getting 0.5 and 0.3% on work order and compound. There is no such yearly adapter or something like bonus which distinguish between people. So here, what they do inverse, they will be getting the pay. That's the reality. I am being real and honest to this,
Yeah.
because so only I kept the daily ROI at adjustable rate. Otherwise, I could have kept 2% and run it for 100 days and just splash it off and ran away. It's something like that. So this is something different from this. And as I said, referral rewards, why we kept at 4%, because we have got a bunch of influencers working for us, and more likely these influencers are helping me from behind for supporting me without any pay, and they will be getting their pay from here. And it's important that we will be reducing the referral rewards after some days, because we have the owner privilege to do that, to make sure the sustainability does, and no whales or no influencers will abuse it.
Mhm.
And to make sure that 4% is not abused, we also did withdrawal tax of the referral reward 30%, and along with that, compound 0% tax. So, for example, if Pocket SS got $1,000 on referral rewards, he can do compound with 0% tax, and that $1,000 he can make it as $3,000 by daily yield. But to make sure, he have to just do a minimum deposit at least to work on this. Otherwise, the referral reward won't be like, it will be there, but he can't access it and do compound or withdraw. And other than that, for withdraw, if we want to withdraw $1,000, $300 will be taken as tax, and that $300 will go to contract for sustainability reasons, and not to our wallet or team wallet. And the 70% will go directly to his wallet. So it is the stuff, and it will be reduced over time. And you the for the influencers over here and people over here, please invite your people out with the share link. So without your investment also, the referral rewards will come to you for sure. But to access to the referral rewards and earnings, you need to deposit some amount. That's the
Okay,
rule.
so I just want to wrap that up a little bit because again, some of it's spoken quite fast, but I want to make sure people understand that the referral, because the referral rewards obviously often can be looked at as a little bit of a negative, and I even look at them. I try not to get into too many projects with referrals, as much as I like the benefit of having it. Sometimes I also find it kind of dirty in a sense, but I want to butt that very clearly. I like the way you've done it. And here and I'll just reiterate some of the stuff you just said. One being, you do have to compound if you want the full rewards. And the nice thing is I'm only earning 3 times that. So only, I say only, that's still really good. But it's over time. So I'm spreading that income over time. And if I do decide to get it out right away, I'm getting 30% less to help create. So really I'm getting 30% less than that 4%, which makes it. On top of that, it sounds like what you're doing is making it a little bit of a higher bonus right now for to get the word out, and then over time those rewards are going to be reducing to make them more sustainable for long term. Now also, I guess with that, when we talk about those referral rewards, are they on one initial deposit, or are they on any? So if somebody compounds after using my referral code, am I getting more referrals from that compound?
No, it's just on the deposits. For example, if you redeposit, it is fine. If you do compound or work order, the referral reward won't be getting that.
Okay, good. And I think that's good as well. So you're kind of just limiting into it to brand new dollars entering the system, is what will give will go as referral dollars going over. Is that correct?
Yeah, as it lead to abuse, we removed it, and as well as the we forgot to explain that deposit fee and withdrawal fee for normal deposits. So deposit
Thank
fee
you.
will be 10%, which will be splitting upon 8 wallets, which include the marketing team, revenue team, and also the developer and me myself. And there is no withdrawal fee, so you can completely withdraw your funds and do whatever you want as the investment amount. You can do redeposit as well using withdraw, or just you can use the compound and work order function easily as it is. Yeah,
So
buddy,
yeah,
it's
so
quite
right
different.
here, so 10%. Sorry, I was trying to get to that quicker, but I opened it up. So so depositing 10% is transferred to the team, and that's what you're using for the referral dollars. Is this money correct?
Absolutely, buddy. So we will be using for the marketing and revenue stuff to pay out investors and revenue team, marketing team as well.
So none of it's coming from. So that's again a good thing because it's not coming from the actual investable dollars. So it makes it separate. So that's good.
It's the
Um,
only fee we will be getting, buddy. Nothing else, and no withdrawal, no from revenue pay. We will be transferring to our revenue wallet, or no withdrawal fee. Nothing will be getting. Just this 10% we use for all the stuffs and marketing everything.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So this gentleman has a question about the docs. So what you have done through Anani docs, which he's saying maybe has not done the best reputation for this industry. Now, the one thing I will say myself for on your behalf is that you have been in this space for a while. You're not just some anonymous developer that's or a person that's building a protocol that's just kind of coming to the scene and goes through this cheap doxing system or whatever. So I definitely will give you a little bit of faith in that. And I think, and I apologize if I'm calling you out here. I think you actually did agree, and we haven't done it yet, but you would go on camera privately with me and have a conversation. Is that correct?
Yes, buddy.
Yeah.
So here I want to say that first of all, I will do a private video call with Pocket SS. So to ensure that he is confident with myself before going with it with the investors. He himself said that he want to make a video call and talk with me. So
Yeah.
I will be happily doing that. And also, Ananya Dots is my KYC partner. And as you guys know, I've been in the space for a couple of years and been saving from many rugs. And other than that, that is not the example a skip for me to make out from KYC. So I did the KYC, I did biometric scan, I submitted my national identity to the company and get the stuff done and got the certificate. And as I know, Anonymous also helped with yield trust scam, and they made the US regulators to help a lot. It is not only a bad reputation, they also done something good. But in some case, it is crypto, and we can't do something when the rug players are so smart. But
Yeah.
here I did a multi-sig and also turned two orders and been on space. I feel it is enough for to be someone more trusted. It's enough. Yeah,
There you
guys.
go. Okay, and thank you, and that's fine. And like I said, we'll have a video chat before I do my live deposit on Monday, just for that added thing. And it's always great for me to be able to say that I've met the people that I'm talking to. I've done that with a few other projects, and none of those have rugged. So I appreciate when there's that extra transparency. I get it why in some ways, especially depending on your day job or where you live and stuff like that. Sometimes it can be hard to come out put completely. And that said, we've also seen, and I know it's an easy excuse, we've seen KYC and docs people steal our money. It's none of it's going to be perfect. You all have to make your own decision and do your own research and decide whether you are willing to put that risk up there or not. And that's really comes down to the investor's choice. So please, as always, DYOUR and make sure that you're betting what you can afford to lose. I know it's a catchphrase, but it's true. So just seeing if there's any other questions here. There's a couple of comments. I'm assuming, Bruno, you're saying this sounds better than those other ones. I don't really want to set one against the other, either of these really. There's lots of goods and bads to all the different protocols. We don't know until the end of the day. We don't necessarily know who's better or who's worse. So I don't really want to play people off each other. We're here to have an open conversation with this protocol right now and see if we feel there's value in them. And if you choose to invest in 9to5, that is again your choice. So let's try and not attack other products or not pull other products into the mix, if you don't mind, guys. So Jay is just asking. I think that's a great question. So, and I'm assuming the answer is yes. But you guys obviously, as needed, will both bring in and take away revenue sources as needed, based on the performance, I guess, and based on what you're doing. So, I mean, I guess if trader A isn't doing as well, you'll obviously get rid of them and bring in trader B, kind of thing. It makes sense.
Yes, buddy. So, if something not works, we will be removing out of the plan, and we will be adding someone out here, and with a revenuable system and a good profit range, and not a high risk ratio as well. Because I myself will be managing the funds with API or MetaTrader, so that will be safer on my end. And as I am KYC, I am the only person will be using the funds and do so along with my team guidance as support. So this is the stuff in that. And JA question has been answered. And other than that, all the traders on plan A or exclusive to this protocol. Yeah, guys. So these guys, plan A and Forex, are exclusive of the protocol, and it was suggested by Blockchain Bend and many people out here. So these are traders I am personally invest, and I am making 1 to 1.5% daily. Okay, so I don't worry about the percentage, and the traders are much safe, and I use a trusted broker which was certified by US companies, US regulated company. So I don't have to worry about a scam, because you guys know how US company works, right? So the certificate, getting a certificate is like a fucking hell out there. So it is something safer on that end.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, and other than that, I think we've gotten pretty close through this, and I didn't want to go too long, but I appreciate the getting through this information. I will do a video, as I mentioned, on Monday, basically doing a live deposit, because I do feel that there's enough variance here, and I like to diversify. I mean, people talk about certain protocols right now that are doing well and all that jazz, but it's never good to have all your eggs in one basket with those plays. And so I think there's some great opportunity with yours to be a good, not necessarily competitor, but a good protocol to have besides some of these ones, without getting into names, as all of us can obviously agree. And in this case, this one being one that where we do have that KYC, we have the audits, we have all that stuff. Nothing is perfect, guys. I understand that. I'm not asking. Again, you guys make your own decision on what you want to invest
Okay.
in and what you don't want to invest in. I just like to bring opportunities for people to talk, and because you've been in the DeFi space for a while, and because you're known by people that I know, so I've talked to Crypto Rock and a few other people that are part of your circle, and they've all said you've been here for a while and doing good things in the space for a while. That's why I'm bringing you onto my show and having this conversation, and then doing a live deposit on Monday, is because I have faith in those people and what they've told me. And I guess the one thing we didn't get into, and I didn't see it on the dApp, are you able to get out your initial, or are you just earning up to your 3 times at over time?
Uh, okay. Buddy, I want to say something regarding
Sure.
Bruno Ferreira before heading towards the question. So you were saying that it is something like there is no benefit out here other than the 10% deposit fee is much higher. So I want to say that this 10% is split among the marketing influencers, who are five main influencers, and Monarch as well, and also the George and many other people who are getting into. And
Yeah.
these people are being like working with me for longer time. They have done their own projects, and they have been on space with a big community as well. So they will be supporting at full time. They are not the person who have been I hired for $1,000, and then they won't be working for me. Just do a video. Even Pocket Assets will do AMA and video, and they will be supporting for me a long time. So it's important to build a rapport with marketers. So with the 10%, I do pay the revenue guys, I do pay the marketers, I do done giveaways, I do all the stuff. And I can't do everything for the free. That's the main reason we kept 10%. And you guys go for a broker and a trader, he will lose 30 to 40% of your profit range. You guys know that it's 100%. We have been doing this for a minimum price, and myself getting only 4% out of that. You can go on contract and check it. I want to be fully transparent out of this, because I'm not making out any scene out of this, and I've done KYC myself.
Yeah. And
No one will be doing that, so it
we're
is
not
on
going to
safer side.
please everybody. And DeFi spammer, I get it. And I wasn't pulling them up only because it's really, uh, I don't choose to bring up those ones. I'm not against people having constructive comments, but to sit there and say something's not going to be successful and I'm out just based on this information. If this person is invested in I'm just going to throw a name out there right now. If they're invested in Wolf Capital, it's the same fees. And you've got one trader that's trading, and if they have a bad time, you've got problems. So I'm not here to tell who's better than who else. We're here to provide the information. So I would ignore that kind of thing, to be honest with you.
I want
I'm not.
to answer to that Google PA guy as well.
Yeah.
And so it is plan B. You say that it goes to 1%, right? So it is just a preliminary initial revenue plan. We have got three more traders on that, and it is not just a one trader, and he is not like a person who is doing a big trade and all. So he will be like, he is a well-known trader. I have been working with him, and he do trade for me, and he is like using the Bybit exchange, using a medium risk strategy, and future grid bots, and he is doing pretty well and making a 1 to 1.5% daily. And along with that, I have also been talking with market makers who have been in a long space and giving signals for big guys out here and making a daily revenue.
Yeah.
And 75% of his trades are going really well. So just guys, it has been like safer side on all the plans, and it is not like 30% go to 1%. It will be diversified among 3 to 5 traders as well. We have been leading and testing and everyone. Before making confirmation, I just want to wait and make sure that get the
Yeah.
stuffs done, so
No,
that's the
that's
key.
fine. Yeah. And then sort of just going back, so if I'm understanding correctly too, and I meant to go to this and I forgot to, but I asked it earlier. So your initial actually is totally, it's a sunk cost, right? You're not getting that initial back. You're earning it back 3x in the end.
No bro, initial is completely locked, and you will be getting only the 3 years income out of that.
That's what I mean. Okay, so you put $1,000 in. That $1,000 is stuck for life, so sort of, until you earn back your 300%. So I put $1,000 in, and then over time, you getting between 0.5 and 2%. I will be earning back my 1,000, and then on top of that, earning back another 2,000
Yeah,
until the protocol is okay.
through your daily earnings you will be making out that.
Okay, so it's like your again an ROI dApp where it's a sunk cost, which that will be one thing that's a little harder to sell, but at the same token, it's creating an opportunity for you to earn that 3x. And it's the one thing a lot of protocols I think got wrong in the past is they made it almost too easy to get your money out, and that's what ends up causing a bank run and all that kind of
Why?
other stuff.
Yeah, why the reason we remove that initial deposit return is because, not because for the sake of us, it's because the sake of investors. You can see even huge big protocols crashed because of the initial deposit unstake future.
Yeah.
So whales will manipulate it, and it is a worse idea to get onto that. So I just made it clear that 3/8 of the income goes to the persons who have been investing, and they will be making daily profits slowly and will be generating their income
Yeah.
and making a deposit or redeposit or compound or withdraw. It's
Yeah.
up to them, and I want the platform to run long, just not be a month or 2 months platform. This will
No,
be
agreed,
running
and
long
that's
as
and that's
plans.
and that's a good thing to be honest. And again, none of this is going like we hope you hope that everything goes as planned, and there may be goods and bads, but the nice thing is you've created almost an elastic effect here, in my opinion. So the nice thing is you have the ability to lengthen how long people ROI and shorten it based on that 0.5 to 2%, which I think is important, and why a lot of these ROI dApps that we've had in the past have not succeeded is because maybe they've gone through a week of a drought where they weren't able to earn what they needed to earn. And because they've allowed compounding and all this stuff to a nauseum, they've created an environment where they had to produce 2%, but only could produce 1.05 or zero point 0.5. And if you have that happen once you get big for more than a few days, it can literally tank your protocol. So this is what I'm trying to get across by this conversation, is just to show that there's a lot of value in the protection that you've put in place to try and give that, like I said, elastic band to lengthen and shorten the amount of time it takes to ROI. And that helps protect both you and the investor. And so that's where I feel there's some positive here. But now somebody was just asking me to give a pocket aces overview. I appreciate that lingo. So and I don't know if we can go through exacts here, but we'll take a quick stop. I don't want to take this too much longer, but I'm going to ask some direct questions and just kind of get an idea here. So I think what they're trying to get at is plan A is 30% of the portfolio. So on $1 million, it's 300,000. And in plan A, how many diversified buckets are you putting that money into? Or how many different bots or traders are you putting that money into? Do you have that
Okay.
number?
Yeah, buddy. So it is a team of professional traders called Alpha Team and also Greyman Team. So they are making about being a long time, and they have a good statistics. And personally, we have the history of them trading history. They will be splitted into different brokers, 3 brokers named Black Market and FP Market, and I have been
Right.
suggested these three are US regulated companies, and
Yeah.
it is not a manual trading, so there won't be any risk of human error. And these are strategic bots as well as monitored by humans as well. It's important on that.
Okay.
And
So
for
plan
crypto,
A,
it will be more than 3 persons involving in it. It's not just one. It is not just a YouTuber. he will be not only handling the funds, and he will be not handling the funds. Basically, he will be using my API key to trade. He don't have access to the fund, so the risk of losing the fund or running with the funds is nothing out there. We have security 2FA, and we have been will be monitored by the security team of the separate exchanges, and we have API key setup as well, so it will
Okay.
be safer on that end.
Yeah, no problem. And we got through that. So basically, for Plan A, you got two basically groups of people doing the trading with different strategies under three different brokers. That wrap it up, kind of.
Could you come again, buddy?
So you have two groups of people doing the trading, doing different strategies through three different brokers.
You
Does
mean in
that make sense?
Forex?
Yeah, in Forex specifically first.
Yeah, bro. Just one for now, and another one is on talks with them, and we are testing. I'm personally putting my funds, and it is doing since well. Before
Oh,
getting a
you were wrapping
confirmation,
them
I
both
just
up.
want to work on it 100% sure, because I want to be honest and safe on my
Okay.
end. Alpha team with three brokers, three different. For example, those who those who guys who don't know broker is, it is more like an exchange, like a Binance or something. They will be MetaTrader will be accessing it, and I'll be the one who has access to the fund. Just like API key trading, they will be trading for us. It's simple as that. And Greyman is also a trusted guy, so we are
Okay.
researching on him. If the requirements and the fees deals met, we'll be working on them. And for crypto is, guys, I want to be honest. No, it's 100% know that no manual trade can be safer or unhand. Even the best trader who had been working for 20 plus years doesn't have a proper trading plan strategy. I just want to say that we use stop loss, and we use best trading signals for market makers, and we use proper trading bot strategy in future grid, and we do with 3 to 5 different traders. Me myself also been trading for long and using the market maker signal. I'll be doing it, so everything will be on safer and diversified, 100% diversified, and funds will be on safer side. So don't worry of the revenue system on crypto side as well.
Yeah. No, that's great. And I'm just trying to clarify things. So, and then Google obviously said he wasn't trying to be negative, and I appreciate that, Google. I wasn't thinking you were. It's just we want to make sure we find the risk and get the best answers we can, and that's great. And so with you guys, with your traders, you've created rules and regulations that they need to follow in order to make sure that they're not risking the capital for you guys. And so they're going to be taking that plan and working within those parameters to make sure that they make the best choices while trying to earn what we need for the protocol, but also not risking it and losing the bag, kind of thing. If Does that make sense?
Yeah, buddy. 100% there will be a stop loss to not get liquidated, or not let the capital lose. So it will be on safer hand, and it will be diversified, as I always say. So only I have a lot of traders and lot of trusted KYC traders as well on that.
Okay.
And other than that, there was a question that it is a reduced ponzinomic or
I was
100%
getting to that one.
ponzinomic.
You got to wait. You're not supposed to read the questions. I bring them up.
Okay.
I'm just
being
going to
an
go here too.
influence, being an
He's saying here
influencer,
in the
just
initial.
worried about that.
Yeah, no worries. And then he's just mentioning here, which I think is good too, and I agree. So the way it's working with the referral codes is you're spreading out the risk over the length of the protocol, really, other than the withdrawal ones, which are coming from your funds. So I think it's well set up to make sure that you have consistent revenue and consistent talking, because that's the problem with these protocols, right? If you're not talking about them, and if the community's not spreading the word and all that stuff is not happening, it is hard to keep getting new funds to keep earning and keep growing the protocol. But at the same token, it sounds like you also don't need it to happen, because you can keep generating these rewards based on the money that's being put in, and because you're only paying back that 300%. And Roman, I agree. I think there's some honesty here and some transparency, which is what I want to hear and what I want to see. So I appreciate that. And Funny Toro, I appreciate you, and I'm sure you'll listen to the rest later on. And same with you, Blockchain Yeti. Thank you. Blockchain Yeti is also a YouTuber, so if you have a moment, he's actually lives a couple hours away from me, oddly enough, but we haven't met yet. But a good guy, and did some reviews for me on other things. And gotta run. Where was that last one you were saying that you were about to talk about? Sorry, could be 2.5.
Blockchain 80 only. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was that one. Okay. And
So
then
yeah, buddy. It's just about I will watch. Okay. Yeah. So the stuff is like, is an 100% not Ponzinomic scheme. It's a
yes,
Norway
thank you.
app. it's a Ponzi. But at the same way, we are trying to. This is not like. This is an external revenue platform. What we trying to generate using the 50 to 70% of the funds out on the contract, we will be making out the external revenue and paying out the investors, injecting in case of TVL decline and running out things. So
Yeah.
here I want to say that this will run as long as it can, and here I just want to not make any fake promise saying that the money will be coming from somewhere else and I will be injecting it daily and daily tons of millions out here. What we make we will generate, and what we make we will pay out using the funds, and the dApp percentage will be adjusted daily. That's
Yeah.
what I can say for now. And you can see that this platform is highly sustainable, and here we make adjustable daily ROI revenue system or diversified. What
Yeah.
else
Yeah.
we can do, so that you can even suggest for in case of any other good ideas, because all ideas are welcome and we haven't launched, so we can make changes. So you guys can give suggestions, ask questions, even scold us. We are happy to we are happy to answer, because
All right. So
it is
I do
not
want
my
to,
first
we have
time.
hit the hour mark. So I do want to kind of wrap things up. This went longer than I had hoped, but at the same token, I think there was lots of information and lots of hopefully positive and good information that people will take on. And we did have a good crew here for the whole time. So I appreciate all of you guys for watching. Do hit that like and subscribe down below. And I guess call to actions, as some of us call it in this industry. There's a Telegram, which I'll link in the description of this video once we finish up. That's probably the best place to go and get information and learn more about the protocol if any of this kind of tickled your curiosity. And I guess this was just posted up, and 0.5 to 2% is kind of your thing. Is basically what you're looking at, right? So is what the protocol is giving. And this is my call. I apologize. I lose my thoughts sometimes. Call to action is head to the Telegram, come become part of the community, ask some questions. If you have suggestions, obviously, like you just said, that's totally welcome. And the big thing there is just have a peek and just think if it needs to be part of your portfolio. The other thing, and like I said, a couple of positives that I've already pointed out throughout this video, is the fact that they have an elastic kind of band on the returns. That gives them lots of flexibility to help with sustainability and growth. And as you've already said, nobody's got all the answers right now in the DeFi space. Nobody knows what project's going to last forever. They're going to do their best to create something that will hopefully last for a good long time. And using the rates and using the different diversified pools that they're investing in, hopefully will allow them to do that. We don't know that. We don't have a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen. So as always, bet what you can afford to lose, and then diversify. So make sure you're not just only in one protocol, because I can tell you from experience, people that go all in one protocol are the ones that get wrecked the most. So if you spread it out and ROI first, which this one forces you to do anyways, because you're kind of, unless you compound. So I mean, taking that mix or even the 50-50, there's lots of options there for you. But my suggestion, no offense, DeFi spammer, is probably to ROI first on your 1000 for this 3x opportunity, and then maybe do a mix thing where you're doing 50-50 or compound 1 week, withdrawal the next. Mix it up a bit on that kind of side, but definitely do get your initial out first. It's just, we never know how long everything's going to last, and I will support any project that I feel has the right kind of way of working, but still you've got to make sure that you protect yourself as an investor. Anything else you want to add, DeFi spammer? I do appreciate all your time, and I appreciate you taking the time to go through these questions. I think we've gotten a lot of information across in a really clear way, hopefully in the end, to help people make a really good decision. Do you have anything else you'd like to add at the end?
Nothing but happy to answer with you, and it's been a great AMA. Lot of questions and lot of love
Yeah.
from few people, and it's been good AMA. If you want to, as the time runs out, I don't want to make pocket as this time be spent on this, so that if you guys have any question, please head over to my Telegram and you can ask me, and I will be happily answering. And if I can, I will be answering out here in comments as well later. So guys, so Pocket Assist will be our main guy out on play. Please use his referral link and support him as well. He was doing a great job out on space, and he has got a name all over Wolf Capital, Fortune CC, everywhere. I can see PA. I was just shocking with the what is PA. Then I got into Pocket Assist. So he is a guy of the night. So thanks a lot, guys. Happy to be with you. That's it, guys.
There's a Telegram, and as I said, I'll put it in the description afterwards. Thanks for hanging out with us, guys, and have yourselves a wonderful rest of your day, and I guess the weekend coming up, so yay for that. And then we'll go from there. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great rest of